Welcome to my lovely kitchen. A few people had some questions last time. First, this countertop, I told you I use vinegar to clean it, but I also get Windex with vinegar. Clean it all, let it sit for a while so that you don't get the Windex, but the vinegar stuff. So when I cut on here, it's all clean, it's sanitized, there's no problem. And before I start, I usually wash my hands, especially in this day and age. That's about the only time I use a paper towel. Okay, I'm going to make my grandmother's, my mother's pesados. It's Italian cheesecake. So, we use whole milk regatta. Normally we use skim milk on diets, but for this recipe you have to use this. At least that's what my brother told me. So you start with 1.5 pounds. This is a 2-pound thing. So I'm going to just squeeze it in there and estimate a little bit more. Okay. So we have that. If anybody wants a 1/2 pound, come get it. Because I'm not going to use any more of it. The original recipe calls for 2 of these and 1.5 dozen eggs. But my brother was able to make it smaller, so we don't use so much. So we have to use 6 eggs for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 eggs. And then we put in, it says 1 3/4 cups of sugar. But as you know, I don't use a lot of sugar. So instead of the sugar, I'm going to use anisette. So I'm going to use a full, what is that, an ounce? Whatever it is, of anisette to give it the sweet taste. You can smell it, it's good. And then vanilla flavoring, it says to use a tablespoon. This is a 1/2 tablespoon. No, that's a teaspoon. The tablespoon is here. This is 1 teaspoon. Where's a tablespoon? Tablespoon, small tablespoon. So 1 and a little bit extra. Okay, so that's our tablespoon. Now I do have some sugar, and I'm not a baker, but I know when it calls for recipes, you're supposed to, because it helps it to cook or something, so I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in, not as much as it calls for. Because it calls for what, 1.5 cups? So, there we go, that's enough of that. And then it calls for zest. Zest of 1 lemon. Now, for those who don't know what a zester is, this is a zester. You scrape the lemon on it and the skin comes off, and it's called lemon zest. And throw that in there with that. Okay. And am I missing something? I'm missing something. No, that's everything. Okay. And then, this is the secret. You have to do it by hand. That's why I wash my hands. I normally don't wash my hands. My brother didn't tell me how long you're supposed to be doing this, but I guess until it comes to a nice, consistent mix. Normally, I would just throw everything in a blender. But he said no. He says you have to mix it by hand. And I know I forgot something, and I did. I forgot the flour. So I'm going to have to clean my hands off and go get the flour. Unless my assistant can get the flour for me.
Where's the flour?
In there. In that, all the way over to the side. More. That one right there.
Okay.
And you open up those two things, and one of them is a big thing of flour. Perfect. Okay. And
So, should I put it in something?
grab a bowl over there.
Okay. Any bowl will do?
Any bowl will do.
Okay. And how much should I put in?
It calls for 6 tablespoons of flour.
Okay.
But just put some in there.
Okay.
And if it looks like about 6 tablespoons.
Alright.
Oh, this smells so good.
It does smell really good. Oh, this is whole wheat flour.
That's whole wheat flour. Yeah, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay. Plenty.
This is 5.
But that's okay because
Oh, 'cause they're big.
yeah, because that's bigger than the spoons that they use.
Okay.
And just let me have that, please. Okay. Throw that in there. Now I know where the flour is supposed to go in first. Okay. I have never made this before, but my mother used to make this every Easter, and she would make one this size and one smaller size. The smaller size was just for me. I'd eat the whole thing on Easter Sunday. Okay, so that's about done. Perfect. Okay, now I'll just wipe my hands off here. Yeah, okay. And this is the pan. I already greased it ahead of time, so I'm going to put this in there. Okay. And then there's another pan with water in it. So you put that inside here.
Let's let them see.
Okay. And did I forget the juice? I forgot the juice. See, I've never done this before. You're supposed to put lemon juice in there. Fresh squeezed lemon juice. There's my top. Okay, that's plenty of that. And I'm going to mix it because I should have mixed it ahead of time.
What's the temperature of the oven again?
Temperature is supposed to be 350. I made it 400, and now I'm going to lower it to 350. Okay. In the meantime, the lemon that I cut I keep in here and I boil it for a nice smell. Last time I had the candles for the fish. So I always like something smelling nice in there. So this lemon juice I want to save because we need it for something else. Actually, I'll leave it here for now. This we'll put in the refrigerator so it don't get bad. Okay. And then this stuff has to be thrown in the sink to be cleaned.
So for the people that just got me, they're asking what you're making. So if you want to give a little recap again.
Okay. I put into the oven already at 350 my grandmother's recipe for Italian cheesecake. And she's from Bari, so it's southern Italian cheesecake. Got some mix on there. But that's the recipe, if you want to see it. It's whole milk, regatta, sugar, eggs, flour, juice of 1 fresh lemon, zest of 1 lemon, tablespoon of vanilla, and Galliano orange liqueur goes on later. You put it on later on. You grease the pan, set the pan into a larger pan with water, pre-mix it all, put it together. You add 1 egg at a time, mix in between each. I didn't do that, I did it all together. My brother's going to be mad because they didn't follow the recipe exactly. And then after a half an hour, we're going to drizzle it. So we'll still be here for a half an hour. It takes a good hour to cook it, so you won't be here when it comes out. Too bad. All right, so that's that recipe. Now we're going to make what I do when I'm here by myself and I want to make something and I want to clean out the refrigerator. So, let's just say it's a Thursday. What's in my refrigerator? All right. You may have remembered 2 weeks ago we made chicken. This was the chicken we made. And if you want to take a look inside, it doesn't look appetizing. But what I did is I soaked it in vinegar. Vinegar has a good quality that it can kill bacteria. Can't kill the virus, but can kill bacteria. So I had it soaking in here. And we're going to make a pate.
Let's move the Vitamix thing because it's in the shop, in the front of the shop.
Well, we're using this now.
Oh, okay.
We're going to clean it out first because this is going in here.
Okay.
Oh, did I just throw out the lemon? I threw out the lemon juice. My mistake. That's okay. I have more. And somewhere's a cap for this. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I throw my chicken in here. Oh, I'm going back there to get stuff to put into it. Okay. And normally, whatever I find in the fridge, I just throw into it. But in this case, I'm going to actually use part of a recipe. So it says lemon juice. I have lemon juice. Okay, that's my lemon juice in there. And then it says dry sherry. I don't have dry sherry. But how about this stuff? It's, who knows? Just a little drop of that because I have no idea what it is. All right. And then hot sauce, I don't use hot sauce. It says a dash of paprika. So we have some paprika here. So, a little paprika, that's a dash. And also nutmeg. It says 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Well, that's good. And mayonnaise. So we have mayonnaise. much does it say? 2 tablespoons. So that's 1 tablespoon. That's 2 tablespoons. Okay, that's mayonnaise. I'm not going to put onions in it because I don't have any. And it also says to put some cheese in it, some softened cheese. I don't have softened cheese, so I'm going to throw in what I have, which is Parmesan cheese, grated. Okay. Then we bring it over to our motive to mix it. So this is our pate, and I will have to get something to scoop it out with. So how about something like this, and a little bowl to put it in. And then you could just put this on crackers.
How long does it last?
Well, they tell you once you make this to put it in the refrigerator, let it harden a little bit, and then take it out later. Okay, so I'm going to taste it. Too much vinegar.
I'm just going to ask you.
But you can always fix that up by putting something else in it. Okay. Now I'm going to make another one with roast beef. This thing's on sale right now at Costco. You get both of these. You get this and the dry one. So you can do a dry mix stuff. This is only for like wet mix, dry mix. It's on sale. Plus you get 2 containers to go with it. So it's a pretty good deal. That's the roast beef. Now I don't have a menu for roast beef. So I'm going to make my own mix. I'm going to put some sugar-free barbecue honey sauce in it. Good enough. No cheese. And a little paprika. And and some garlic. Just a little tiny bit of garlic. There we go. And that should be enough. This comes with the Vitamix. It's a plunger that you can push things down so they grind, because sometimes they're too hard and they won't grind right away.
Do you have to be careful when you're using that so it
No.
doesn't hit the...
No, you just leave it, it won't hit.
Okay.
It's made perfectly. I'm not a spokesman for them, but I've been using it for years and they're just really, really good. And depending on how soft you want it or hard, you can make the speed go high or low. This is much better. In fact, I'm actually going to get a cracker.
What kind of crackers do you like?
Well, these crackers are not almonds. These are healthy, some type of crackers, but any kind of crackers will do. And then you fill up a whole plate of these. That's good. That's better than this. You put them on a plate with crackers, put it in the refrigerator, wrap it with plastic, and then take it out. It's great. So I'm going to make another bowl for this.
You don't have to worry about the crackers getting soggy or anything?
No, because it's not really wet stuff. But you can wait until you're ready to do it.
Going back to the cheesecake, I know Celeste had commented she was excited to make a vegan recipe, but if anybody wants to make a vegan recipe, they do have vegan ricotta cheese that's made with tofu, and then for eggs you can substitute silken tofu, you have to blend it, and mashed bananas and soy or coconut yogurt.
Huh. Okay, so actually I don't have one of those you know those pie things? Oh here, one of these things. I do have one. This is better for getting out that extra little bit down there. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to make is a Vagin thing. So I have to clean this out. So I use hot water. Put it on high speed when we get going. Wow, that gets hot. My hand's burning.
Are you coming back over here?
Come right back over there.
Okay.
Okay, so let's put this guy here, that guy here, and I never put the timer on. Who knows?
Well, it's, where's your time?
Because eventually I have to drizzle the cake.
It's 3:22, so.
Okay, so now I'm going to make a Vagin. People want to know what a Vagin.
Vegan.
Vegan. There's vegan and vegan. A vegan, vegetarian, is someone who doesn't eat any meat, poultry, game, fish, shellfish, or byproducts of animal slaughter. Normally fruits, nuts, vegetables, things like that. A vegan is someone that attempts to exclude all forms of animal exploitation as cruelty as much as possible. So it includes exploitation for food and any purpose. So no animal food, no animal flesh, no dairy, no eggs, no animal-derived ingredients. Include gelatin, honey, carmine, pepsin, shellac, albumin, whey, casein, and other forms of vitamin D. So there's a bunch of stuff that are vegan, and it's more philosophical and ethical. So
We don't wear leather either.
they don't buy stuff from those places. So this is going to be a vegan cucumber pate. It's rich in dietary fiber, vitamin E, A, E, contains minerals, potassium, iron, phosphorus, and cucumbers are really good for your skin. So I have a cucumber here. This is the cucumber. And what they say is wash the cucumbers like I did, cut them into medium-sized pieces, which I kind of did, and then throw them in here.
Do you peel them?
No, you don't have to peel them. I washed them clean. Yeah. Now, this says to put in green bell pepper and garlic cloves. So, I'm going to finish up my garlic. Okay. Because they say 2 garlic cloves, and that was about 2. So, I'm finishing my garlic. Got to get into this stuff. And I'm supposed to put a little bit of olive oil. So, this was a gift we just got from the region of Palestine, hand pressed by a family. And how much am I supposed to put in? Be careful with the oil. 1 tablespoon. So, this is 1 tablespoon, a small tablespoon. So let me rinse it off because I think the vanilla flavor was in here before. That's a small tablespoon. And a little bit more. Okay. I don't know what the difference between a small and large. Okay. And a green bell pepper and cornstarch. Where's my cornstarch? Okay. Cornstarch. How much does it say? 2 tablespoons of that. So that's about 2 tablespoons there. Okay. And then it says to put some vinegar in it. Yeah. It says 2 tablespoons of vinegar. The bishop tightens everything. He's really strong. Okay. That's 1. And that's 2. Okay. 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Alright. And salt. So we have some salt over here. This is gourmet salt. Actually, use this side. And again, it says 1 tablespoon of salt.
Where'd you get this recipe?
I went online and got it. And again, I would never do this because A, I don't use salt. So, but I have to be faithful to some part of it. White wine. I should have used the white wine vinegar, but that's okay. We're not going to use white wine for this one. And a tablespoon of pepper. So we'll just take some pepper here. Smelling good already. And
Don't forget the green pepper, Ann says.
yeah, well, I'm going to get that green pepper while it's starting to blend. I'm going to start this. While that's going, I'll get the green pepper.
You're asking about your blender again.
What about it?
Tell them about it again, I guess. Whoever didn't see last week's.
Let me put these in first. this is not as thick as the meat ones. So you can thicken it by putting in more cornstarch.
Say that one more time.
You can thicken this by putting in more cornstarch. As you can see, this is much more liquidy. So this you definitely have to put in the refrigerator. Well,
As much as you can.
oh yeah, you know what I'll do?
No, I got it. I got
I'll pour some out
it. Okay.
like that. And then you can see, it's much more liquidy. So you can leave it in the refrigerator overnight, which will thicken it. I'm going to do that right now.
Smells good. And get a shot of your Vitamix.
And that's without the white wine vinegar, which will make it even more. So obviously there's something wrong with that recipe because it's supposed to be like a paste. We put in the cucumber, cornstarch, vinegar, salt, garlic, then put the wine in, put peppers, extra virgin olive oil. Yeah. So this recipe is not a good recipe.
Well, maybe it'll thicken.
Maybe it should thicken. And spread on crackers and bread. So anyway, I have one more last thing. Where'd it go? Right here.
Are you going to be doing it?
Yesterday I made some butternut squash, but it was a big one, so I only ate about half of it. So the same thing with this. You can make this into a pate or a spread. I'm going to drink this. I don't want to waste it, so I'll leave it there. Read that later. So without a recipe, because I hardly ever use recipes, this is what I would do. Normally I would just throw this in there, hot water, and make soup. But since we're doing pates today, we can try a pate with this.
Check the cornstarch. I wonder.
Huh?
Mary said check the cornstarch, but I wonder why. To see if it's,
What kind of cornstarch?
or I don't know, maybe that has something to do with why it didn't thicken?
It could be. It's non-GMO, gluten-free, no gluten.
Uh-huh.
That's why.
Okay.
Right. To thicken hot liquids, cold water first and then put it in. So, so I got that. I'm going to put some vanilla flavoring in there, which is good. And some cinnamon if I can find it. That's over here.
Okay, Madeline says if it doesn't harden up, you can use it as a cold cucumber soup. There's another name for it, begins with a V.
Okay, a little vanilla flavoring. Actually, it's pure vanilla. And cinnamon. Put this on very low speed. Here's some cornstarch. And use this thing to plunge it down a little bit. Mmm, good. And I need to put it in something, so I'll grab another plate. See, that's how I thought.
Thick.
That's how I thought the cucumber one would come out.
See, so Rita said may need more cornstarch if it doesn't thicken, and Celeste just wrote I guess cornstarch needs to be in cold water and then added to the mixture.
Right, but I didn't say that, so.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to taste this. What did I put in there?
Vanilla, cornstarch,
Cinnamon.
Oh.
It's not as tasty as I would like it to be. I think I put too much vanilla in it. Take care of that later. Drink some of this cucumber juice now. Mmm. That's very good. Just to show you something. This is the secret of a priest on the run. So I usually wear a shirt like this a lot, and I have to run to the hospital somewhere else. I just put that on. It's real quick, real easy.
Priest on the run.
Yeah, so secret. I have two of these. Can always need one.
Maybe one in the car?
One in the car. It's called a rabbi. Boy, I don't know where they got that name from. Okay, so that's that, that's that, that's that. So tonight for dinner, the bishop and I will eat all this stuff. If he doesn't want it, I'll eat it all myself.
Kenny's asking what time's dinner.
What time is dinner?
Yeah.
5 to 6. Now, it's almost time. Let me see. Yes, look at that. Just about right.
Wow, that smells good.
Now, what is this thing? This is orange liqueur. That's what it is, orange liqueur. Now, my brother said you're supposed to drizzle it over. Okay, let's drizzle it over. And then you're supposed to do that for what, another half hour? No, an additional hour. So you won't be here for that, but I will. Put that there. I think I'll try some more of this one, see if the vinegar got better now. What can I use to make the vinegar less vinegary? How can I make it? What can I put in there?
Okay, anybody watching?
Anybody watching? What can I put in?
I don't know.
Sugar? Vanilla flavoring?
Let's see what Uncle Google says. How can you, how do I write it? Lessen the taste of vinegar?
Yeah.
All the results are videos.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Well, oh wait, they're writing. They're saying, okay, sugar, honey, sugar, vanilla extract, lemon juice, sugar,
Okay,
breadcrumbs.
so let's put some lemon juice in it. some vanilla flavoring. Where's the vanilla? Over there.
Oh, neutralize, that's the word I was looking for.
Neutralize. Okay. And I'll get a fork to mush it up with.
Uncle Google says mixing in a sprinkle of common alkaline ingredients like baking soda or baking powder can often salvage a dish. Or sour cream or yogurt.
Much better.
Good. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Have a great night. To your health.
Salud.
Mmm.